Hello, hello. It is Sarah Divinely You. Thank you so much for tuning in to Astrology and Energies for this week of April 2nd through the 9th of 2023. Thank you also for supporting me in getting to over 100 subscribers on my YouTube channel. I really appreciate all of you who are enjoying these videos, not only the long form, but the shorts as well, the tarot shorts as well. And I appreciate any comments and any feedback that you have or questions or whatever. You can just drop me a comment below and let me know what's on your mind, what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and all that, everything in between. Let's get into this energy. All right. Let's see. All right. Had a little fun with the slides this week. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. Okay, so we are now operating with Saturn in Pisces and Pluto in Aquarius. So anything that's like a normal transit, as in Mercury moving through Venus, Mars, and the moon, they're being highlighted because they're now a new thing for this moment in time as we move through the adjustment of Pluto in a new sign and Saturn in a new sign. So that would be why that's going on. Erratic emotions, because we have a lot of water energy this week, including a trine with Saturn in Pisces and the South Node in Scorpio, and of course Mars in Cancer. That's creating, and of course just worldly events, right? Like, we have people getting upset because there's weather events occurring. Tornadoes went through my area recently. And so it's now becoming like the people wanting to be supported by their leadership. And are we being fully supported by our leadership, or is our leadership distracted doing other shit? And so I think it's, this is Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto in Aquarius is about the people. So it's creating some erratic emotions because people are naturally annoyed that, we're not getting what we need from our leadership. So, but not only that, but rapid change, lots of fast moving change. And a lot of people don't really like change, and it's a hell of an adjustment, of course. And so now we have all of this energy. So it's happening at an individual level, it's happening at a larger community level, at a collective level, a global level. And so erratic emotions are just a natural consequence of all of that. And because we have a lot of water energy, it creates more emotional instability. So just something to be aware of as we move through this, month, basically. Again, continued change. You're also seeing, especially with the full moon in Libra this week, we're seeing what we can no longer tolerate in relationships, not only with other people, but with ourselves. It's becoming very clear what we are no longer able to tolerate, what we're no longer able to live with regards to, different people that we interact with, different groups of people we interact with, and ourselves. Like, what are you no longer willing to accept from yourself that you want to clear up, clean up, adjust, and all of those things. With new opportunities comes this need to adjust, make adjustments in our own routines and in our own behaviors and in our own habits and things like that. So this is a lot of different things happening at once. I believe the subtitle on that slide was Welcome to Level 4 of 2023. Let's get into these transits. We have Mercury moving into Taurus. It will immediately square Pluto in Aquarius. Again, this is, Mercury moves through the signs every 88 days or so, 80 or 88 days or so. So it's not unusual for Mercury to move into Taurus. What is unusual is now it's going to square Pluto in Aquarius. That's going to feel different. And then on the 4th, we have this minor trine with Saturn in Pisces, and the nodes in Taurus and Scorpio. And it's going to build through through April 14th. I'm going to talk more about that in just a second. On the 5th, we have the Sun conjunct Chiron in Aries. This is after, of course, we had Venus, Jupiter, and Mercury conjunct Chiron in Aries. So all of these planets now hitting Chiron in Aries. There's a lot of that I am and who I am in relationships. That's what makes this week very significant. We then have Mercury conjunct the North Node and oppose the South Node. So, again, with the involvement of with Saturn in Pisces, this is where that trine kind of gets a little bit of mental work to it with Mercury there. We have that full moon in Libra on the 5th in the evening, actually about an hour after Mercury makes its conjunction to the nodes and opposition to the nodes. We'll have that full moon in Libra. I'm going to do a separate video on that, but Libra is all about relationships, balance. Again, it's how you are showing up in relationships. And so that's why that whole like seeing what you can no longer tolerate in relationships. The 7th, the moon moves into Scorpio. Therefore, it's going to move into that Mercury conjunct the North Node, the Saturn trine the South Node. So again, these are not all exact, but it is within the same couple of degrees of all of this activity. So I thought it was worth pointing out. The moon's going to transit from Virgo. It's in Virgo today, and it will transit through to Sagittarius. Yes, we will have a Scorpio moon this week. So if you are sensitive to Scorpio moons or water moons in general, may want to pay attention around the 7th, 8th, and probably into the 9th of this week. And then on the 10th, Venus moves into Gemini, and we will talk more about that next week. Okay, here is the minor trine. I took the screenshot of the chart from Astro Gold. I mostly took this because I think it makes kind of a shape of a kite, and I thought it was cool. But we see the Saturn trine the South Node. We see the South Node coming out of a trine with Mars in Cancer, and the Mars and Saturn aspecting Mercury and the North Node in Taurus. And so this is going to build through April 5th through the 14th. There we go, 5th through the 14th. But it won't always be Mercury involved. The moon will get involved at some point. So it's kind of like one of those transits that's going to hang out for a little bit. It's a watery earth transit. But the main points are Saturn in Pisces, the South Node in Scorpio. So I feel like it's going to be very emotional. It's going to create a lot of intuition, a lot of downloads, perhaps some psychic premonitions and things like that. It could also stimulate your creativity. So definitely create during this time. If you're feeling the urge to try something new, take on a new project, this would be the time to do that and take advantage of and or journal what comes down for you as far as messages you're receiving from your higher self, your guardian angels, your spirit guides. Something that just feels aligned that you feel like you need to address or tackle or take on. This would be the time to do that. All right, things to do, how to manage these energies. I did pick these 2 oils from an essential oil card deck, but we have oregano oil. This is a very common oil to use. It supports clearing limitations. And then we have sandalwood oil, which supports the alignment of all of the physical and the mental, spiritual bodies. So we have those things, those oils to work on. Of course, tune into all aspects of your body. Remember that you have 4 bodies. You have a physical body, you have a mental body, you have a spiritual body, and you have an energetic body. Your energetic body is the energetic field that is around you, and how what you put out into the world is the energy that you radiate energetically to people around you. So tune into how your physical body is feeling. Are you tired? Are you hungry? Are you thirsty? And make sure that you take care of yourself. And then mentally, are you feeling drained? Are you exhausted? Are you feeling mentally stimulated? And this goes back to like things that relationships that you're in, whether it's groups of people or whatever, and maybe they're just not mentally stimulating. And so it's time to kind of move forward and move on to something that will be mentally stimulating. And of course, your spiritual body, meditating, journaling, crystals, oils, prayer, tuning into your higher self, creating that inner child, higher self dialogue, those sorts of things. attention to your nervous system. Again, this is a lot of rapid change at once. Your nervous system is possibly feeling very overloaded. You may be feeling some anxiety symptoms, things like that. Disclaimer, I'm not a medical professional, so this is just spiritual energetic work and astrology. So obviously, if you are feeling symptomatic and feel the need to contact a medical professional, do so. Do so. And then, of course, create, cook, create something, learn a new hobby, whatever it is. Maybe you're feeling the urge to, like it's springtime, so maybe it's spring cleaning, things like that, to kind of ease what's coming out of you. Sometimes I find that if I just sit in color for an hour, I feel much more mentally stable and spiritually stable or grounded. Okay, supports. Obviously, this is a lot of intense energy happening at once. So please give yourself permission to be supported in whatever capacity. Oh, I did that wrong. That's okay. I'm going to keep going. Let's see. I think, did I do? Okay. So I messed up my slides this week, so I apologize. Okay, let's get out of that. Let's go back over here. Okay. I messed up my slides, so I apologize. I was moving between two different devices, and so I messed them up. But what I can say about support is please give yourself permission to be supported in whatever capacity that looks like for you, whether that is a coach, a counselor, a therapist, a spiritual guide, a Reiki healer, whatever that looks like for you, give yourself permission to be supported. This is a lot of very intense energy happening at once. And we're just a few weeks into these new planetary placements with Pluto and Saturn. So give yourself the grace and the space and compassion. Give others grace, space, and compassion to, as we all continue to not only work through the astrology energies, we're all working through the changes that are rapidly happening in our lives and in the lives of those around us, right? I did mention that there were tornadoes in my region over the weekend, and I walked away thinking, gosh, I just lost my internet for 15 hours. Some people lost their homes. So again, it's giving grace and space as we all continue to process through what's happening in our world and how it is being addressed by not only each other, but our leaders. And that is where Pluto and Aquarius, it's all about people. And so be creative, use this energy to create things, use this energy to process emotions. We have a lot of Chiron things still happening, which is bringing up a lot of old wounding. And as these things come up, process them as they come up. Don't let them build up in your body, because that just creates havoc on your body. There is a book called The Body Keeps the Score. I highly recommend it. Really settle into being grounded, getting outside, getting exercise, getting body movement to continue to move this energy through. So I hope that's helpful. Sorry that I messed up my slides, but I'm going to let this video be this video for this week, and I'll do better next time. But anyway, and I will do a follow-up video for the full moon in Libra. That's on Tuesday the 5th at night. And then that video will also include the third quarter square moon in Capricorn that will be next week. And then, of course, bear in mind that we do have a solar eclipse coming up on the 19th. And so, yeah, this is a big, bold mother trucker of a year. It is not going to slow down. So if you're feeling like you can't get a break, you're going to have to create your own break. You're going to have to create opportunities for yourself to rest and take care of yourself. I feel like that is one of the biggest lessons I learned in 2022, and then I'm carrying over into 2023. There are things that I say no to because my body needs to rest. My brain needs to rest. So I hope that's helpful. Again, thank you so much for over 100 subscribers. I really appreciate you. So grateful for you to be here to be a part of this journey with me. I will have a big announcement coming soon. I do not have all of the information, but I had something present itself in March and I did say yes to it. And so when I have more information about that and the opportunity for you to be a part of that with me, I will bring that here to YouTube. So have a great week. I will see you in the next video, in the next short, or I will see you in the full moon and third quarter square moon video coming up later this week. Thank you. Sending you a lot of love and have a great week.